and that will be at the Plaza Showroom in downtown Las Vegas. The show starts at 8 p.m. Doors open at 7 p.m. The tickets start at $20.
A classic burlesque performer, meaning graceful. I actually had 2 women one time tell me it made them cry.
Wow.
So it's a very elegant burlesque. Earlier, you can go online to plazatix.com, PLAZATIX. Social medias at the Lolita Haze, THELOLIT.
You're listening to Visit Vegas Places with Coyal, your host, where we discuss real Vegas, real topics, real business with real owners. If you're tuning in, make sure you subscribe, and welcome to Vegas, baby. You just hit the jackpot.
Welcome to Visit Vegas Places. This is Coyal, your host, where we discuss real Vegas, real topics, real business with real owners. Again, this is an exclusive episode here on 9/11, where we definitely want to honor all of our fallen for 9/11 and survivors. We want to let you know we love you. And today, with that being said, we have a special guest. Today we'll be promoting Enchanted, a night of burlesque. If you guys have any clue of what burlesque is, it is history of Las Vegas. And the Enchanted, a night of burlesque, we have our star Lolita Haze. Again, that will be going down Wednesday, September 15th. That is this Wednesday coming, September 15th, 2021. And that will be at the Plaza Showroom in downtown Las Vegas. The show starts at 8 p.m. Doors open at 7 p.m. The tickets start at $20, and it is 21 and over. And you can definitely purchase your tickets at plazatix.com. That's PLAZ as in zebra A. TIX as in x-ray.com. And the plaza is on 1 Main Street, and that's Las Vegas, Nevada. Lolita, the most beautiful, the modern Marilyn Monroe. Lolita, how are you feeling this morning?
Oh, good morning.
You're doing good. I'm good. I'm just glad your show is going on, and I'm just so blessed to be able to just rub shoulders with you and have you on as a guest. And I want to thank you for taking the time out and coming on this morning.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you reaching out and getting this set up with me. This is exciting for me.
It is very exciting. So, Lolita, you have a big show, Enchanted, a night of burlesque. I want to really get into that. And as we get into that, we're going to get into a little about you for our audience and get to know you a little more. So let's get into this spicy strip teasing and classical comical acts. Tell me a little more about the show.
Okay, so this is the very first baby step version of my dream show. So I am finally, after years of burlesque, producing my dream show. It's bringing back, or let me start out by saying that I am a classic burlesque performer, meaning I pull influence from the ladies of the past and the shows of the past. And I just do more of the classic style striptease. And because of this heavy influence of the history of burlesque, I wanted to bring back the theatrical version of burlesque, which is not just the beautiful women that striptease, but it's also the comedic skits, the comedic skits where you had, you're familiar with Abbott and Costello,
Yes.
Their classic Who's on First is a burlesque classic comedy skit. And not a lot of people know that. So I'm bringing in a team of comedic actors that I put together as a little troupe, and they're going to do a few skits, and then I fill it out with, like I said, the beautiful striptease artists, and then a couple of variety acts as well.
I like that. Now that separates professionality from just, anything that's amateur. And again, this burlesque is a deep history, and it is taken serious out here in Las Vegas. And I don't want listeners to get any of that confused with anything as far as stripping or anything. This is professional. These are not women or men just getting up there and dancing. These are script plays that are written out, and they are practiced and rehearsed. So this is important. This is theatrics you're involved with. And that is real important. Could you explain a little about the three signatures acts real briefly on what to expect?
Oh, yes. So my three signature acts that I'm bringing, one is one of my very first acts that I ever created back in 2005. That's how long I've been doing it. I've actually been doing burlesque a lot longer than this, or longer than that. But I created this act in 2005, and now that I have a beautiful stage to put this on, I'm elevating this act, and I'm bringing in backup dancers for me, and we're really just going to liven it up a little bit.
Yes.
And then the second, I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. No.
Oh, okay. And then the second one is my classic fan dance. I know that a lot of burlesque performers use fans as props, but this is like a fan dance. This is, what you would have seen Faith Bacon do, or Sally Rand, who's the most famous fan dancer of the day. But so this is going to be a definite, it's beautiful. It's graceful. I actually had two women one time tell me it made them cry. So it's a very elegant burlesque performance. And then the finale, which I'm most excited about, it's my biggest act I have. I have a water fountain act that I do a little strip tease in, and then at the end, I hop into the water fountain and I get all wet and I play and splash in the water. So
I know that's a beautiful sight. Yes, the most beautiful. Lolita Haze, again, now I can't wait for this show. Can you tell the listeners where can they get their tickets for this show that you're explaining to us? Where can they purchase these tickets, and how much can they purchase them for?
Yes, so you can, like you mentioned earlier, you can go online to plazatix.com, PLAZATIX, or you can buy them at the box office inside the plaza itself. Now, the tickets, they start $20. That's the general admission, but I think the better value is the $40 tickets, which is the VIP section. That's the front floor right near the stage. There are going to be cocktail tables there, or you can choose from the first row of booths.
Wow, yes. And if I was you guys, definitely the $40 will definitely grab. And Lolita,
yeah, you want to get up into.
You want to get close and personal with her. This is the modern Marilyn Monroe. Do you feel any pressure? I have to ask, do you feel that there's any extra pressure on you, like that you look like her, or you even get told that? I'm sure you get told that every day. Do you feel extra pressure of carrying that?
I do get told that a lot, and I chalk it up to just the platinum hair. I don't actively go out to try to be Marilyn Monroe. In fact, my favorite actors or actresses from the time are Ginger Rogers and Jean Harlow. And Jean Harlow was Marilyn Monroe's.
Right.
That was her, her celebrity that she loved. So I don't actively go out to present myself as a Marilyn person, lookalike, whatever you want to say. I just really love to embrace the vintage aesthetic and the extra glam, and I do find influence in Marilyn, but I don't try to be Marilyn.
There you go. And you can tell when you go to your website that is beautiful. Because what I've seen too, I know a lot of people say that. Like when I was even showing some of our art style, they were just looking at it like, wow, who is this? Where has she been? You're so when I say that, you could be in that category on that level with that. that. It's just the exposed part. And once people start to see you, you will definitely understand what I'm saying. If you go to the LolitaHaze.com, let them know how they can reach you and see what I'm telling them about. Let them know all your social medias and ways they can get up with you.
I can be found on the majority of social medias at the Lolita Haze, TheLolitaHaze. I'm I think I updated everything so that they all matched. So you can find me on Instagram, which I'm most active on, TikTok, Facebook. I even still keep my MySpace activated. That's right.
That's right.
Just connecting to people. And of course my website. And
Yes, and she has a very beautiful website. Her YouTube also has some good educational things for those who are interested in the theatrics of burlesque. And again, don't forget, Lolita Haze is considered the original revivalist of burlesque, and this is from the 1900s to the 2000s. So she's very educational on that topic. She also has Vintage Scarlet. Let them know about your YouTube and some of the videos on there.
So I started my YouTube channel many, many years ago as just a way to share hair tutorials because at that time, not a lot of gals knew how to do authentic style vintage hair. And when I say vintage, I mean from the 40s and 50s. That's where I kind of specialize in, more so the 40s. Vintage hairstyling has really taken off in the subcultures.
Yes, you are right.
There's a lot to compete with out there, but I go strictly for very authentic hairstyling. I don't really deal with like the vintage inspired like rockabilly or just the modern glam versions of that. I really try to stick to what your average girl on any day in 1942 would have her hair.
That's right. That's right.
So you can actually find me, the Vintage Scarlet, on YouTube. And I actually have two YouTubes. One's kind of really slow. I wanted to separate my vintage lifestyle from my burlesque lifestyle because even though they overlap, the audiences don't really do. So I just kind of created two YouTube channels for that.
That's right. Yes, that's real good. And give us a little insight or a little best practice of as far as you being in theatrics, you doing show, and within lieu of going on as far as the pandemic and the quarantine. What is some best practice that you can share to other women or even men in your field on how to consistently feel beautiful and energized while some things is going through? Like, we might not be able to do this, or we might need to do this. How do you stay consistently on track going through that?
I just try to really embrace what I love and always keep my hand in the cookie jar of anything that brings me joy and happiness, whether it be curling my hair one day or just taking photos or even going out to roller skate, just anything that I really enjoy doing. And I don't ever concern myself with other people's opinions. I know a lot of people
Good advice.
are always like, oh, I would love you to dress like you, but I'm afraid of what people will think. And for me, two forms of advice. One, they never know what you're actually doing. You could be going to a costume party. You could just be loving it. You could just be wanting to feel good about yourself. So people don't know. So whatever their judgment is, it doesn't matter. And two, I know this one's more specifically for me being an entertainer, but because I'm an entertainer, if I'm not entertaining people in some way, even if it's for them to look at me curiously or even judgmentally, then I'm not doing my job. So as an entertainer, I don't mind being a spectacle. I don't mind people looking at me and judging me. I don't mind people even coming up and having questions like, oh, are you going to play? Usually I'm not. Usually I'm just going to the grocery store. But, are you going to play? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? And, it's a fun way to just make their day more interesting by being interesting and also giving them the opportunity to invoke conversation and questions. And that way you can educate them about,
That's right.
what you're wearing and what it means and what you do.
Wow. I love that. Now that is a beautiful way to fulfill your purpose. And not only are you fulfilling your purpose, you're passing along positivity. That is real good. With that being said, give us another advice of how you rid pervs. So you are so beautiful and out in the mix of being positive. How you get rid of the pervs out here in Las Vegas that just see you as a sex symbol? What is your favorite tactic or repellent?
Okay, so this is going to come as a surprise to you, but I actually welcome pervs into my life.
I love it. I love it.
Especially if they're giving me money. If they are giving me money, they are more than welcome to be pervs.
I love it.
I know in, modern times with modern women and stuff that I'm actually going against the grain with that. But, I'm very confident in my boundaries, if you will. So, and I'm very lax with boundaries, but I'm also confident in them. So if a pervert, if you will, comes at me, as long as he's being, respectful and whatnot, and like I said, handing me money, or not handing me money, PayPaling me money or whatever.
Right, consently, right. I got that. Yeah.
They can say whatever they do, because at this point, I'm either going to, take their compliment, reject their compliment, or make fun of their compliment. But either way, it doesn't matter, how they feel about me is no concern of mine, and it, but if they're buying tickets and stuff, then they're more than welcome.
Go ahead. See, you will start one. He wouldn't even know what to say, because a perv automatically they stereotype that you were just throwing. Oh, she's not gonna let me mess with her. So when you come back positively, I know they're like, oh my god, I don't even know what to say. You have to probably walk off. I mean, I invite pervs too. My wife tells me all the time, I invite pervs, but I don't think it's because I'm an entertainer and all that, nor handsome. I think it's more because I'm a Scorpion. So I invite them also.
Gotcha. Yeah, see, and as far as repellents go, that's actually two ways of repelling them. Is that either all of a sudden you are, welcome, okay, come on in, and they get all like, oh, like flustered and they go away. Or you do, in fact, say, okay, well, cash at me, PayPal me, or whatever, and then we can continue, and then you don't hear from them ever again.
Take notes. True indeed. You're just down to earth. It doesn't get no more down to earth than that. That's stuff that's not taught. That's cotton. That's gained through experience. All right, and then also applied back into life in a positive way. I love it. Again, Lolita, let everyone know about the show, the name of the show, and where we can get the tickets.
All right. Enchanted, a night of burlesque, a classic stage burlesque show, the way Vegas intended it to be. You can get tickets at plazatix.com. That's plazatix.com. Or you can go ahead and walk right into the Plaza Casino and Hotel and grab some tickets right there at the box office.
That's right. You guys heard that. It's definitely going down, and I will be in the building. And Lolita Haze, I know there's a lot of people that's waiting to see you after this. Tell them, how can they see you and get in contact with you?
You can grab any of my social medias and send me a message at the Lolita Haze, TheLolitaHaze. Go ahead and send me a message. I know, like right now, I'm like super, super busy trying to get the show on the, off the ground. But I do try to respond to everybody. Sometimes I unfortunately miss messages or whatnot, but feel free to take a look, leave comments, say, hey girl, what's up? Or can't wait to see that show, whatever you want to do. Just go ahead and reach out. I try to get back to, most, if not everybody.
Lolita Haze, is definitely a pleasure. Now, you are on Visit Vegas Places with Coyal. And before we get out here, we got to have a little Vegas fun, which is I show this or that. And I just ask you a question, which you would prefer this or that. And you just answer which one you prefer. Either if you used it or haven't used it, experienced or haven't, just give me an educated guess. So this or that. Right. Your first one. Okay. So this one, I want you to be in the mind frame of you not working. In your leisure time. In your human self, blonde or brunette?
Oh, blonde.
Definitely. Gotcha. Okay. When is a situation that you will choose brunette?
If somebody pays me a lot of money.
Wow. I love it. Man, you know what to say. Jesus Christ. All right. So our next one. Next one. This is a true Vegas, this or that. Tables or slots?
Oh, I'm not much of a gambler, so I'll probably say slots because it's easier. Yeah. But man, the aesthetics of tables.
Yeah, I'm not much either, but definitely I'm a slot guy. I'm kind of old school, so I got my little player's card, and I'm a stations guy also. So I definitely would choose a slot. If I do choose a table, it'll be a roulette, if anything. I'm don't know how to play poker just yet. All the years I've been here.
I don't know any of those games.
Okay. So our next one or last one right here. So put you in the mind state of you're interested in someone. You're just meeting someone significant, and you might think you could go to a next level, right? You just met him, and you might can go to the next level. Do you prefer this person to grab the bulls by the horn by texting each time or calling each time going forward?
Oh gosh, I prefer the conversation to be by phone call, but because of scheduling, texting is just easier.
That is a hard one. I thought about that before I wrote that to you, because I knew you would understand it. But you know what I mean? Some situations we do like hey, you might need to text, because I haven't put you there yet where you can call first. So you text me so I can give you a green light. And then there's some of them that might text and you really like them. You're like, why are you texting me? Call me. You know what I mean? It's like, like especially if they're buying tickets or giving money, you need to call. You don't need to text. Yes. You're up there.
Yes. I can walk you through how to give me money. It's a lot easier and faster. Oh, man.
That's right. So our last one we got is we're going to do very, very Vegas. And this is where I see how very, very Vegas you are. And this is a question about Vegas, inside of Vegas. And then you just give me an educated guess. Okay. So this question to see how very, very Vegas Lolita Haze is. Prior to 1998, okay, prior to 1998, at the MGM Grand, how did you enter the casino off Las Vegas Boulevard?
Through the Lion.
Woo! Good job. You remember that. It was in the mouth, actually. You remember? You walked in, but it was like one of those old 3D looking lions. It wasn't like, you know what I mean? The HD kind. It was an old one.
And yes, and you know what I miss most about the MGM was the Wizard of Oz theme on the inside.
Oh, yes. I remember that.
I love that with like the Emerald, Emerald City, and
oh man,
the globe with the witch's face in it. Yes,
hey, you are very, very Vegas. You are. You're like my first very, very authentic Vegas person. It's funny because by 1998, the Lion entrance was removed because of reports that so many Chinese gambling guests refused to enter the jaws of a lion. To come inside, they considered it bad luck to the culture. So, wow, that's real good. Yeah, that's good. Also, some other news before we head out. I know I want to take a trip to the Burlesque Hall of Fame. I'm gonna sometimes when you're not busy. I don't know if you've been there yet, but I want to go. Yeah, see it, and I want to go with you so you can educate me on what I'm looking at. And if you guys not aware, the Burlesque Hall of Fame is up. It is is actually here in Las Vegas downtown at 1027 South Main Street, and that is in Las Vegas. And I will want to schedule that with you, and I could do a review with you if you don't mind, okay? And we'll schedule that down the line. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and I will review the Burlesque Hall of Fame, and then I'll have you there so we can really get insights and know what we're looking at, okay? All right. Absolutely. So again, Lolita Haze, man, it's been a pleasure. You and everyone, they could have been anywhere today, but they decided to be with us. Again, this is 9/11, and we honor it. Again, Lolita, let them know about the show and how can they see you perform at the show.
All right. Wednesday, September 15th, 8 p.m. at the Plaza Showroom in downtown Las Vegas. It's Enchanted, a night of burlesque, a classic burlesque show. It's a 90-minute show, so even though it's a Wednesday, you can get in, you can get out, and you can, still be on time for work the next day with great conversation because you have just seen an amazing show. Yeah. And you can grab those tickets there starting at $20 at plazatix.com. That's plazatix.com. Or in the showroom, or excuse me, at the box office, right outside the showroom.
There you go. It's just like how Vegas used to be, baby, and what they used to say. Either there or be square. Be there or be square. So, yes, you need to be there. And again, you guys know who I am. This is Coyal with Visit Vegas Places. And the beautiful Lolita Haze. You can see her again on her website at thelolitahaze.com. And again, Lolita, I want to thank you for blessing us with your presence today, okay?
Thank you.
All right.